Jill, can you handle this? My body too bootylicious for you, babe. Anamorphic number 2. Anamorphic script number 2. Hi everybody, so we've concluded that the GH5 is the ultimate poor man's anamorphic camera. But is the GH5S any better than the GH5? Let's have the two have a little battle and see who scores. Now on any other day, the GH5 wins on having amazing in-body image stabilization, and the GH5S wins by having a larger sensor capture area, amazing low light, and dual native ISO. But things are kind of up in the air for anamorphic mode. Let's first take a look at FOV. Now my theory was that the GH5S would win on the anamorphic filmmaking front by giving even more field of view with that larger sensor area. But in reality, for some reason I could only guess, their field of view in anamorphic mode is exactly the same? Wait, what? What? So the GH5S loses the FOV edge that it has in spherical mode once you put it in anamorphic mode. I guess that evens out the playing field in that front, so the tie. Okay, in spherical mode, the GH5 rules over the GH5S with the in-body image stabilization. But how about in anamorphic mode? To find out, I jiggle wiggle. Jiggle wiggle. Well, I can tell that the GH5 in-body image stabilization is not quite as powerful when you switch it to your anamorphic mode, but it still gets the micro jitters out of the way. That's a win in my book over the GH5S still. Now, let's look into resolution. Part of the GH5S's low light capability lies in its lower resolution, so it's, sensor pickles are bigger, apparently. So here's the surprising advantage that the GH5 has over the GH5S. The GH5S's max recording resolution in anamorphic is 4K, which measuring horizontal is actually a bit less than 4000, so I don't know if you call it 4K, but once you stretch it out, it kind of is. Staying out of that subjective discussion, you guys could fight in the discussion area with that. The GH5 original has this setting too, but has an additional resolution setting, taking advantage of the higher resolution of its 24 megapixel sensor, 6K mode. Now looking at the numbers, you can say it's more like 5K, but it's taller in resolution, and once you stretch it out, I'm also staying out of that fight. You guys fight it out in the, the discussion area below. But in actual practice, once you compare it to the 4K anamorphic files in post, hot damn, that's a world of difference. I mean, that's a lot more resolution. So the GH5 wins this round in resolution. But would I really do that much 6K shooting in anamorphic mode? I don't know. Would you guys? Leave comments. Now, low light. You know what? I'm just gonna skip this one. The GH5S will win. Forget about it. I mean, dual native ISO, whatever. The GH5 has a score of 3, including the tie, and the GH5S has score of 2, including that tie category. Surprising. But it depends on what's more important to you. Doing a lot of handheld work in well-lit areas, and if you prefer 6K, you go with the GH5. Doing lots of stabilized work on tripods or gimbals and work in low light, it's a GH5S. Choose your weapon for the fight. And that covers this episode. Short and sweet, isn't it? In the next episode, we'll be covering the secret sauce of anamorphic, which are the lenses, and comparing them versus spherical lenses. Now like and subscribe to know when that comes out, folks. Like and subscribe with the little icons. Check out the other playlists and stuff. COVID lockdown has me going insane. It's affecting my neurons in the brain.